Hi guys, this is PTY Trader. Today I'm with CU, one of the Notary Node candidates for 2018. CU, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, I've been in the team for some time now, for some months. I've been helping in the testing of different technologies that we're developing, and especially on barter decks and on the Agama wallet and things like that. Well, I live in Puerto Rico. I've been here for some days with the team, meeting them, knowing them. They're a super cool team. And well, as he said, I'm running as a candidate for administration of a notary node, so here I am for the team.
Perfect. So today what we're going to do is we're going to jumble some Komodo. We're going to try to jumble about 100 Komodo. Jumbling is a ZK snark anonymizer. So what that means is that we're going to turn transparent Komodo into anonymous Komodo, and then we're going to look at it on the blockchain to see if we're able to trace it. A lot of people have got questions about this, so this should clear up the process, and it should give you an idea of how long it actually takes to jumble some coins. So thank you guys. Leave us any questions after the video, and I hope you enjoy.
Enjoy. Hi, this is Siu. I'm gonna be doing a new address, so PTY Trader can use it to send me some funds on Jumblr. I do a Komodo CLI get new address, and there it is. I got a new address that I can copy and send it to PTY.
Okay guys, so I've received CU's address and I can open that now. I'm going to also open the Jumblr guide, and the Jumblr guide tells me that I need to go to Komodo SRC and start Komodo, which I already have. Now I have to designate a Komodo Jumblr deposit, which will be the address where the funds that I want to anonymize will sit. So I need to check my list, my unspent inputs, just to make sure they're in the proper address, and then I will designate it to Jumblr and it will begin. So first we go to CD Komodo SRC, Komodo CLI get info. I have 120 Komodo in this wallet. Komodo CLI list groupings. List address groupings will tell me how much sits in each address. And I have 109 Komodo in RXFYN in this address. However, I'm going to create a new address, so it's a clean address, and I will move the funds to that address before I jumble them. To generate a new address, we execute Komodo CLI get new address. Now we have a clean address, so we can send 110.1514, which is what we calculated would be the Jumblr fee for 110 Komodo. And paste the address. Okay, so we'll give it about a minute until we have one confirmation, and then we'll start the Jumblr process. Okay, so to continue, we can run a list unspent address, list unspent outputs. Okay, so we can go back and check to see if our new address has the corresponding amount, and it does. So we can take this address here and then run or execute the Jumblr command, which will be Komodo CLI Jumblr deposit. This designates the address that you want to jumble. Okay, so we can run the Jumblr command, Komodo CLI Jumblr deposit, and we can open our daemon. And we see that the process for that address has started. In the daemon, we will be able to see the process when it goes from transparent to Z transaction, from Z transaction to Z transaction, and then back to transparent, KMD. The whole process will most likely take an hour or 2 hours. It's not fast, and it's not meant to be fast. It's meant to protect your anonymity or your privacy by compounding transactions together. So there's very little data, and it's very you would need insider information in order to trace a transaction. You would need to know specific addresses which are not available on the blockchain. In any case, I'll pause it and then we can review the output once the jumbling is done. I restarted the video to show you what the transparent to Z looks like on the daemon. And as you can see, the transparent Komodo funds have been moved into Z address. So from here, it will go from Z to Z, creating sort of a black box that breaks any ties to the transactions previous to that. Then it will come out into transparent Komodo. This process is internal, and I'm just showing you what it looks like on the daemon, but on the GUI, you will not see any of this at all. It's all happening in the background. Okay, so now we see a send to C transaction. So what I'm going to do is to designate the Jumblr secret address. The secret address is where the funds will end up, and those are CU's. That is CU's address. Okay, so now I'm searching for CU's address. And I will go ahead and designate it as the secret address, which will begin the last process, which is sending it to CU's wallet. Okay. Komodo CLI Jumblr secret. Okay, so it's a success. Now all we have to do is just wait until the last process, and CU will check his wallet later once the final Z to Z and then Z to T transaction take place. For those who don't know, the Jumblr actually divides transactions into chunks of 10 and chunks of 100. So since we sent 110, it's actually going to send part of it in a chunk of 10 and then the remaining in a 100 transaction. So what we see here is the Z address that was generated where the T transaction ended up. However, if you don't have access to this, there is no way of knowing the Z address since it's a hidden address. And that's the beauty about Jumblr. So it's still remaining 2 steps, but I wanted to show the process of it sending it to the actual Z address. And that's about it. We have to wait still until the last 2 transactions. Okay guys, so it's been about an hour and a half, and now you can actually see the Z to Z transaction on the command line. And I will highlight it. It's right here. This is just the first part, which is the 9 KMD, but there's still another 100 or 99.8 KMD transaction missing. So I'll turn the video back on once that's done. And as I said, it's a long process. It's meant to obfuscate. It's not meant to be fast. Okay. Now we actually can see that there's a Z to T, or a hidden to transparent transaction that happened. And I'm looking at the address, CU's address, and now there's 9.95 KMD in there. And as you can see, we don't see where it came from. We see it was a 0 KMD transaction. Nothing is coming from the sender side. So all we see is the transparent side of the transaction. In any case, we're now missing only the last part of the transaction, and I will turn the video on once that's processed, and we will be done. We would have anonymized our Komodo.
Hi, this is Siu. I just got a call from PTY. He told me that the coin should be in my address already. So I'm going to check my wallet and do a Komodo CLI list transactions. Oh, and I see that I received a transaction from C address, and I see that I received 99.54 coins from this address. That it's my secret address, not so secret now. And I see another transaction that seems to come from a C address too, and I see here that I received 9.95 coins also to the same address. So that's what we have.
Okay, so I've noticed that Jumblr is finally finished, and we see that the last Z to Z transaction was made. So we look in the blockchain now, and we see that we have the tokens minus the Jumblr fee, and there's no information coming from the sender side. There's no blockchain information to link the transaction to the sender, and that's the beautiful thing about zero knowledge proofs. Now, imagine if we leverage this technology with BarterDEX. BarterDEX is an atomic swap exchange. It uses smart addresses which can be paired with Jumblr. So for example, you can deposit Bitcoin, which can be turned into transparent Komodo, then it turns into Z Komodo, then it makes a Z to Z transaction, it goes back into transparent Komodo, and then swapped to Bitcoin. This breaks all ties between the actual sender and receiver. This is the only true anonymous, or the only true private way of sending funds, which is based on ZK snarks, the same technology the Zcash uses. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's how you jumble tokens. So now CU has some private funds, or not private, however, there's no link between the sender and the receiver. So there's no way to backtrace it. Therefore, they're very private. Okay, so thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please ask any questions. Join our Slack. Visit komodoplatform.com and barterdex.com as well if you have any more questions. Have a great day.